Reading the Turmoil is an immersive project that provides a new reading experience to the user as a narrator. It is based on the short story The Library by Jorge Luis Borges and intends to recreate that mythical library in which all the books are contained, but in the digital era, providing a visual representation of it. In other words, it engages the reader in a new experience of reading and relates in a graphical way different books. The process of investigation, which created the base of this environment, can be explained in three parts: indexation, flocking words, reading. Indexation. In order to create the environment or virtual library, the books are divided into their constituent words, the minimal units of significance. For this project, a selection of 13 classical books and audiobooks have been sourced from the platform gutenberg.org. The works are charged with a series of parameters, as defined by technical linguistic studies such as the type token ratio or latent semantic analytics, as well as details from their definition and their intonation. These parameters will affect the future relationships within the meta library. Flocking words. After this process of indexation, the words become charged particles which float about in a virtual space, finding a position based on their parameters. Then we introduce some dynamics. The first one being based on a relatively simple operation. Any chosen word remembers the book where it belongs and therefore it searches for its predecessor, creating an infinite circular movement. In order to create a more complex base movement, I decided to work with flocking dynamics as described by Craig Reynolds. This involves movement based on the distance between agents, cohesion, separation, and alienation. This dynamic is added to create the base movement that exercises the meta library while it waits for the user to read. Reading the Turmoil. Once the narrator or reader is immersed in this environment, it will be necessary to work on a system that recognizes the literature being narrated. A lexicon is created, which lists each word on the index the program is using. Once the program can locate the word, the rules of behavior are set in order to initiate an interaction with other words. These rules are based on physical formulas such as those used to calculate gravity or acceleration. However, they are modified using the values of the indices instead. Therefore, when a word from a specific book is selected, the system initiates forces which act over it and over matching words in other books, or over similar words which might develop a syntax, thus creating a turmoil. In this way, the experience produces literate terms which allow for the narrator to experience a new form of reading the visual interaction of these floating words. The project was developed during the master's final thesis project in advanced infographics and is still ongoing, aiming to become more immersive, the main goal of the project.